Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got my January wrap up for you. January started off with a really good reading month. I think as of filming this video, so I'm filming about a week before I normally would because vlogging things are happening in February. So as of filming this video, I have finished 6 out of the, 12 books that I had set out for myself. No, not 12, maybe 10. So I'm reading one of the last ones that I'm going to read for this month, and then I have one more. Because all in all, by the time this video goes up, I will have read 8 books for the month, which I'm super excited about. So let's go ahead and just dive into what all I read this month. So the first book that I finished this month was Party Favors. This was such a fun way to start the new year. It is a New Year's themed romance, and it's actually part of the Sew Over the Holidays series. This is book 4, so you can read them out of order. But this was really fun and like a really great romance to start the year off on. This one got a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I would highly recommend it if you guys are into like holiday themed romances. This one is one to check out. So the next book that I finished this month was Fugitive Telemetry. This is the 6th book in the Murderbot Diaries, and I'm so sad that this series is over for now. I know there's another there's at least 3 more books planned in this series, and I'm really excited for them to come out. So I'm not sure if there's going to be another one out this year or not, but Fugitive Telemetry just has my heart. This one followed Murderbot as, who's getting introduced to the Preservation Station and figuring out a place in the Preservation Alliance and, still protecting Dr. Mensah. And oh my god, I loved it to pieces. This book, there were more times that I laughed at this book than probably appropriate, but Murderbot is honestly one of the most relatable characters ever. It's a very anxious little bot, and I love it to pieces. And honestly, this book just has my heart. This one got a full 5 out of 5 stars, and if you haven't read the Murderbot Diaries yet, please do. This is such a good book. Okay, next up was one of the graphic novels manga that I read this month, and that was Haikyuu Volume 1. I loved this to pieces. I think I've talked about it before, but I have really dived into sports manga, sports books, sports contemporary romance, whatever I can get my hands on, and mostly because of the Haikyuu show. I loved the dumb expressions that these two had. The expressions are peak Haikyuu, and I love it. And this was just so much fun. This got a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it's got my heart, so I can't wait to get my hands on the next one. Okay, next up was my other graphic novel that I read this month, which was Squad. So this one I have really mixed feelings on. So this is an ARC copy that I got from a little free library, but I really loved the use of color, and I could definitely see where it was going to be in, these first few pages. I love the use of color. I loved the kind of horror romance thing that it had going on. I loved the neon teenage angsty kind of thing going on. It reminded me a little bit of Riverdale, a little bit of Sabrina. It definitely gave me the same kind of vibes that the Scapegracers did. But again, I had really mixed feelings on this because there were just some things in this that they felt a little gross. So this is about a girl who joins this, the popular clique, and it turns out all the popular girls are werewolves, and they basically use each other as bait to lure in their prey for the evening. And that just, to me, felt a little gross, the way they did that and the way they went about it. It felt very toxic, and this girl group kind of had that toxic mean girl clique vibe, and that kind of made my rating go down a little bit. So this one I'm somewhere between a 3.75 and a 4 stars, but it's leaning more towards a 3.75. I mean, I really enjoyed the story, but some of the things that happen in it just felt a little icky. Okay, and then the last book that I've finished as of filming this video is Eliza and Her Monsters. This was such a good read. I felt emotionally wrung out after reading this book, and honestly, to me, that means it's probably something that I needed to read in the moment. This book has such good anxiety rep, and it also does have depression rep and suicidal thoughts and a whole bunch of other darker topics. However, this is also a letter to fandom culture and stuff, which I really appreciated because I don't feel like fandom gets treated well. Fandom culture doesn't get treated very well in books sometimes. And this was just a really nice book to read that had some really positive looks at fandom. This one got a full 5 out of 5 stars, and I would highly recommend reading it. Okay, and then the book that I'm currently reading as of filming this video is Better Than People. This is such a good book. Like, the anxiety rep is in there, and like the sibling, not banter, but it's more like, you know, picking at each other and like in good ways and bad ways. And I loved that dynamic, but I also really enjoyed like the pets that were in this, because there's like 4 dogs and 4 cats, and I love them all. And I just want to go snuggle them all. And like, Simon and Jack are just the sweetest couple. And I also really liked that there's like talk of like the publishing industry and the stealing of ideas for books, and, you know, losing your confidence in doing your artwork and like gaining it back. And it's just so good. I'm about at the 75% mark on this one, and I really, really love it. Also, you know what, I forgot to mention, after reading Fugitive Telemetry, I also read Compulsory, which is the Murderbot Diaries 0.5. So it's like a short story before the first Murderbot book. It was really good. And it was really interesting just, you know, getting to see Murderbot before it meets the its survey group. It was so good to see just how Murderbot was interacting with people before, you know, we got the group from Preservation in there, and just, ooh, so good. Okay, so back to Better Than People. I really am enjoying this one, and it's probably going to end up being a 5 stars. Okay, and then I do have one more book planned between when I'm filming this video and when it goes up, and that is Heated Rivalry. This is the 2nd book in the Game Changer series. It's a hockey romance, and I'm super excited about it. And I had a couple of other ebooks and one other physical book that I did not end up getting to, but I mean, 8 out of 10 of the books that I had planned for this month read already. That's pretty good for starting off the year, and considering that I'm already a little bit ahead of my Goodreads goal for the year, and I'm super excited to see how far I get this year. Those are all of the books I did and did not read in January. What did you guys read this month? Did you guys have a favorite book? I think mine would have to be a tie between Murderbot Diaries and Better Than People at the moment. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!